Greetings, fellow noobs. Welcome to another NuubCast. This is Blomus. And this, well, it's a NuubCast. It's a 1v1 on Typhon Peaks. I don't hate it, it's just not one of my favorite maps. This is Hellfish. He is a red Zerg player. His opponent appearing in the blue Protoss pieces is none other than yours truly. Yes, it's Blomus. And it's been a really long time since I casted one of my own games. So I thought, I literally just played this one, and I'm trying out a new build. This is the first time I've done this build, and my good friend and pseudo coach, Drizzle, now known as, pardon me, now known as Arcanite or Ice Mage. He stole his brother's account to Smurf. But the guy is freaking awesome. He's like, I think he said he was ranked. He is high Masters. It's like in the 20s, I think he said he's in Masters League, which is pretty stinking good. Especially when I'm comparing you to me in the Silver League, who sucks. I am at ranked number 1 in the Silver League. My opponent, Hellfish, is ranked, I think, in the... He's top 25. He's got that little silver bar thing on his gold badge. He's in Goldling. So he's, a little higher than me, getting that fast hatch down. And I've got the 9 pylon, 13 gateway, which is something that's new for me, 14 gas. All this is new. I usually do 12 gateway, 13 gas. And put in your 3 guys, and we're only going to let these guys mine 50 gas. And we're going to get down that other pylon, and as soon as this is done, we've got the money. Flam! I love the timing of this. It's so pretty. Normally I don't pay too much attention, but when you see things like that fit together so nicely, it means several things. It means, A, it means you're doing it right. It means you're not missing probes. It means that, it just means that you're doing well. I've scouted his building. I know where he is. I've seen his hatch. He's scouting for me down here. He has not found me yet. That is probably going to be Hellfish's an issue for Hellfish, is that he doesn't scout well. He doesn't scout early enough. He doesn't send out that drone. And I am dropping down my Nexus here at 21. 21 Nexus. I mentioned I took those 3 guys, put them on gas, so I could get my work gate tech, and then immediately put them back on gas once my Nexus was down, after I had the minerals that I needed for that. And there my probies go right on back to gas. I'm gonna get my second gas. Now this is, after this, it's basically a 4 gate. You get enough money to get your I probably didn't need to do this yet. I probably could have gone right for gateways. Even if I hadn't dropped that down, I could have had gateways out faster. And that is, at least in my mind, a problem for me as the game progresses. And we'll talk about why later on. We don't see any ling speed going down yet, or just a couple spine crawlers up for Hellfish. I'm guessing he's assuming some kind of aggression here from me, but he's not going to get it. So this is actually, man, hiccups, actually a bit of a waste of money for Hellfish here, getting these spine crawlers. In fact, here's a bit of a spoiler. I never even get this close to his base. Like, I never even get here, so these are like a complete waste. And it just speaks to Roach Warren going down. It speaks to the fact that you see my 4 gateways are up. My gas is kicking it. And but what I'm, oh man, I forgot what I had to say. Oh, speaks to a bigger issue of just scouting. At this level, and I've said this before, but I cannot underestimate, you cannot underestimate, we must not underestimate the importance of scouting, seeing what your opponent is doing. Now, once I found out where my opponent was, I didn't scout again for a long time. I'm getting my Robo Bay right down here. Now look, I've got one Zealot and I warp in 4 sentries. This is all the army that I have right now. So 7 minutes. Again, I haven't scouted him yet, so he could be rushing. He could be hitting me with roaches right now. I saw this, so I knew he wasn't going to 6 pool or 10 pool, but he could have. He could be doing a roach push right now. You know, he's getting up roaches right now, I believe. Yeah, 4 of them. So you know, units could be coming. So I'm. So right now I'm a little bit freaking out, a little bit, just concerned about having units out. So I want to get my observer over there so I can see what he's doing. And you see I've rallied it right to the outside of his base, not so that he can, you know, necessarily see it going around here. I just want to see what he's got outside of his base, because normally, just like everybody does, you park your army outside, and that's going to show me his composition, obviously. But up to this point, I haven't done any other scouting, and the bay's down, the facility's down, so my bay's down. Obviously, not obviously, but obviously if you watch me, 9 times out of 10, I am going to go Colossus. I just love Colossus, think they're really strong. Sticking with 4 gates right now for a little while. Got 2 bases running. Now, we're 9 minutes in, and I'm already thinking about my 3rd. I'm thinking, oh man, and look at, let me just say, I haven't been food blocked yet. Keeping my money relatively low, and I'm over here looking at his base. What is he doing? Actually, let me just go to my cam real quick. I want to scout around a little bit. I'm going to see what he's doing. I'm going to get my first Colossus kicking. I'm going to get my Thermal Lance kicking as well. And I'm making probes most of the time. Not the second, but I kept my probe production up really well most of the match, and I'm keeping an eye on his army, waiting for him to move out. And again, right now, I'm looking at this army, and I'm thinking, oh man, it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe, because I'm looking over here, looking at all these roaches, and I'm thinking, oh crap, that's probably enough to kill me. But what am I doing? I'm not making more units. I'm making more production facilities. I probably could have waited a little bit on these to have gotten a bigger army, so that I'm not just I'm not feeling the way I'm feeling right now and just like freaking out a little bit about my numbers. Warped in a few more stalkers here. My first Colossus is out, so I'm like, I feel a little bit better. My Thermal Lance is almost done, so I'm going to get my forges so I can upgrade. And now get these into warp gates. Now we see that Hellfish has Hydras out, getting his Hydras. So frankly, I don't understand why Zergs are still doing Roach Hydra against Protoss. It's still early in the game, granted it's only 12 minutes in, so this is a good composition. It's fine. Maybe some more lings, maybe and we're gonna see things change up a little bit, I think, later on, if my memory if I remember correctly. And he's gonna come down here. I'm gonna drop my 3rd over here because I just feel like I don't have enough. This is one thing that's really cool about this build, is that you're producing money really fast, and so therefore you can produce stuff really fast. So I've got, like, I've got upgrades, 3 upgrades going at once, got the Colossus building. My minerals are very low. If we look at the unit count, I'm ahead by a lot on harvester count. 53 to 44. I mean, considering Protoss versus Zerg, I consider that to be quite a big difference. Normally your Zerg is droning a lot more than that. We see him coming down this way. I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, he has no idea where I am. That's what's happening. He still doesn't know where I am, so he's actually running around and scouting. Now, if he had attacked, who knows how much different it would be. My 1-1 isn't finished yet. He's not even... I know he's moved out because I'm seeing these units leave, but I haven't actually seen the size of his army. I saw that. I was like, oh crap, okay, I know he's coming. And he knows that I have Colossus, so he's pulling back and to get the rest of his units out of here. And I think he may actually, I think he goes after my third first, which is actually smart for him because he's only on 2 bases, which I was actually surprised by that he played on 2 bases most of the time. I have been really keen on getting my third around 12 minutes or so, starting it anyway. If map prohibits and the matchup prohibits and there's not early aggression, if I'm macroing up like this. Now here we're going to see our first battle. We're 15 minutes in, first battle. Guys, I tell you all the time that, this is too late for your first battle. Not anymore. I used to say, don't send me a game if there's no action within the first 7 to 10 minutes. Not anymore. As games get more macro oriented, this is going to be when your first attack comes, around 15 minutes. So I might have to speed up through some beginning things or anything if I'm not able to fill the time. But if your first attack is in the 15 minutes, then definitely feel free to send your reps. That would be to NuubCasters@gmail.com, in case you forgot. And we're going back into the game now. What we see here, Zealots usually used as a meat shield, and this is really good micro by Hellfish. I was really impressed. He ends up killing all of my Zealots, so and he micros to do that, kiting back the Zealots, and he actually makes me run away. 9 times out of 10, I just own that battle. The Zerg stands there and fights, and I crush him. And a lot of times that's the end of the game. But no, he did a really good job. Hellfish came in and he's going to go after my third now. He's actually going to get... I'm back here trying to macro up another army because I'm scared of losing these Colossus. He's going to start taking down this Nexus. I warp in a few Zealots to try and scare him away. But again, great micro against Zealots using the Hydras to kite. You rarely see Hydras kiting, especially off creep. And now these 5 Hydras are going to be able to take down the rest of this Nexus and before they die, which is a pretty good trade considering. And now he's taking his third, almost mined out in his main. He's up there, he's got it up, but for some reason not yet saturating it. Not hardly saturated at all here at the third base. And I think again this is his big problem here. I think perhaps even if he just did a drone transfer, he's got quite a few drones over here at the main. But look, a readily macroed up all Hydras this time, going to be able to come right back in and try to take out this base again. Now my money is off the freaking charts. I'm trying to warp in more gates, get all this more stuff because I need to spend all this money that I'm making. And I can't do it fast enough. So here come the Hydras, more kiting, more Zealot kiting, which is just so good. I mean, it's so effective. You're just able to kill these units so quickly. And then, once the meat shields are gone, these guys can turn around and just take out some Colossus, or take out basically anything they want. And look, more Hydras here, gonna ball them up, come back in, no more Zealots. No more Zealots, they're gonna run right in here and start picking off my Colossus. I thought that I gave these guys the command to run home, but apparently I didn't, so I'm gonna lose a couple of these guys. More roaches coming in, and I actually am going to run away. Hellfish able to snipe that one last stalker, but now I've got more gates. I got my second robo up. For some reason, my Nexus was queued to my waypointed to rallied. Couldn't think of that word. Rallied to my Twilight counts for some reason. Roach is coming in here to check and see if the expansion is back up. I actually don't put it back up for a long time. It's actually a mistake on my part. But look, no saturation over here at the third. Finally moving drones around. he was so bad at keeping his production up. He probably could have won this game because he could have produced so much more stuff if he was paying attention to where his drones were and how much they were able um, to produce. But now he's coming out here with this not a huge army. He sees he's completely overmatched. He's going to run away, and at this point, the game is pretty much over. I am pumping out Colossus for don't ask me why. I've queued up Colossus here. I'm getting my 3/3 attack and armor, and he's going to come over here and check again to see if the third's up. It's not going to be up. He's going to snipe these 3 buildings, and I know I'm about ready to all in. This is the first time I'm food blocked right there. See, I was 124, 124. First time in the game, I was food blocked 21 minutes in. And this is my reaction. I have 2,000 minerals. I'm going to drop a butt ton of pylons. And he's going to run away, which is smart. Get more roaches. Back to roaches now. No tech, no spire, no... his upgrades I think are pretty good. He's 1-2. It's not as good. You know, it's the 3/3 is going to be. And I'm going again, trying to get a lot of zealots. This is probably a bad idea considering that he kited the crap out of my zealots last time. These have not been added to my hotkey group, so they're running away on their own. And I finally do push out to attack. And I think... no, I stop. I'm not sure why I stopped. Maybe I'm waiting for these last 2 Colossus to pop, or I'm waiting for my 3/3 to finish, I think is what I do. I want to get my 3rd up and running because I see these guys are sitting there doing nothing, and I think this is when I go put my 3rd back down, I think. What are you doing over there? Nothing. Sitting here, hanging out, partying. I'm at 162 food. I want to get up to 200 food. And I'm not sure why I don't. I probably could. Yep, everything's ready to warp in. And I think I want to get more stalkers. Get my 3rd up here. Oh, I'm out of money. That's what it is. I'm mined out in the main, and I want to get more money because I don't have money to warp in guys. Colossus are coming. I move over here because I know this is going to happen, and I just happen to catch him right here, and this is what ends up being the last battle. He's coming in to check out my 3rd, make sure that I didn't lose it again. I got so many Colossus now, and he's going to die a fiery death, and at this point I'm like, alright, F it, let's go. I'm pushing, and then he leaves the game. Just too many Colossus. He knows he's not doing enough economically. He's not going to be able to keep up with what I am bringing to his door. So like I said, I never even got to the spine crawlers. But yeah, that is my first go at the 1 gateway expand build. Fun time. What I like about this build is it allows you to get all the things that you normally like to get on 2 or 3 bases much faster. So you can get your double forge down and start your upgrades a little bit sooner. You can get a couple more gateways faster. Like I had 4 and I think I went to 6 right away. And you can do all that faster. The problem, the downside is you feel really exposed at the beginning. Remember, I only had those few units. So I didn't really feel safe until, like my first Colossus started coming out, and then I felt like I was okay. So you might want to give that a try. Let me know how it goes if you do. You bro tosses out there, and shoot me some reps of you trying this build. And obviously, if they go early aggression, you're pretty much toast. That 1 gate's not going to hold much off. So that again is the potential downside. So if you do have a replay you'd like to submit, send it to NuubCasters@gmail.com. I have a pretty long queue right now that I'm trying to get through. And with the limited amount of time I'm able to spend casting, I don't really get to do too many. But do please continue to send them in. I will get to yours eventually. And you will be cast and posted on the channel. If you people have been asking about 2v2 games, I am really particular about team games because they're generally longer and they are generally harder to cast, so they have to be really good if you're going to send me a team game. So yeah, that's my only stipulation there. I'm more particular about team games than I will be about 1v1s. So that's all I got to say about that. Send your rep to NuubCasters@gmail.com, and I will. Well, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Keep climbing that ladder.